Hey there, hi there, hello there, everybody. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Craft Legacy. I had to do a movie review about this because, honey, be warned, this movie is a hot mess. And when I say hot mess, I'm talking Britney circa 2007.
Leave Britney alone!
This movie is not a reboot. This movie is a sequel to the original Craft movie that came out in the 90s. Don't waste your time. Go watch that movie. Don't watch this one. It copies everything from the first film, yet it's not a reboot. It's a sequel. Okay, let's move on to one of my favorite scenes in the movie that I think sums up this whole entire dumpster fire. The period scene. First off, how the hell does she not know that she's squirting out a gallon of body sauce? There's a moment in the movie where she comes home and finds the jeans are cleaned later that night. And what I want to know is, what type of detergent or stain release did they use on those jeans? Because, honey, I want to buy stock.
So I need the power of all.
I think the reaction of the kids was unbelievable with this scene. The teacher, I mean, all the kids are like having a Carrie moment where they're all giggling and laughing, and I'm thinking, maybe in the 1800s this would go on, but not in 2020. I mean, it's no big deal, you know, when somebody decides to open up that womanly faucet once a month. You know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of us, honey. It's okay, you know. Some people like it. I mean, there's like fetishes on websites for that kind of stuff. So I really don't think there would be this type of outrageous behavior. The girls just randomly come in there and talk about, you know, having a period that's very heavy is a blessing and all this mumbo jumbo. And they didn't even offer her like a pad or anything. One of the girls offers her some shorts. And she's like, well, they may be a little bit smelly because they were from gym earlier.
Pure, extra mild, and extra cleansing when you need it.
You'll see how clean and fresh Messinga makes you feel.
Just go home. I mean, listen, if I gashed out a quart to a gallon of blood in my panties and in my vagina area, I don't think I'd be staying at the school. I think I'd go home, clean myself up. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get clean at the school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do like a little, you know, whore bath up in the school. It just ain't possible. Nobody wants you to see you washing your giant out up in the public school in the sink, honey. Just go home is what I would say. So that scene really bothered me. Something else that bothered me was the montages. It was like every 5 seconds they had to have a montage. And I was like, really? Not just one, but we're talking like 2 to 3 minute montages. And then they're just having callbacks to the original film for fan service, which doesn't make sense because, I mean, if you watch this movie and the way everything's acted out and just everything, they're having, and especially like in the end of the film, spoiler alert, they show Nancy in the last scene, right? And it's like, why have her back? Why have all this fan service? But yeah, you're making this movie for Roblox tweens, okay, that want to be edgy. It's just, I don't understand who this film was made for. I really don't. Can we talk about the effects for a moment? They have a callback to the butterfly scene from the original movie. Could they only afford one CGI butterfly and like a leaf? There is a scene. It's Snapchat filters. Like, it's on that level of Snapchat filters. Not even from a new iPhone. I'm talking like iPhone 4, honey, Snapchat filters. We're talking bad. Dropped frame rates. There's a scene where Lily uses her powers in the hallway when the other girls are around her and they're all thinking the same thing. So it's a callback to the original where they kill the homeless guy. Well, instead of killing someone, they just throw the guy against the locker. And it's just so horrible. I'm like, honey, get it together. I don't know. It's a mess. Why is she bathing in front of her friends with all those scented candles? Honey, all them oils, that's not good for your skin, honey. And then she gets naked, and I'm thinking we're going to see a nipple or something. And I'm like, isn't this an underage, you know, actress? This is just too much. I've got some good Judys out there that I love, but honey, Debra is not taking a bath with them, especially if it's like an intimacy bath. Honey, that's not normal. That goop stuff steaming the giant area. No, ma'am, we just can't do that. The binding scene was laughable. They take a group photo and they decide to bind themselves themselves because they're not using their powers responsibly. And so they're binding all of them. It's a big, thick rope, and they're wrapping it around a picture. It's just horrible. Like, could they not go to Michael's and get some better twine or something? That bothered me. The guy that they used the spell on because they're all in love with him, he comes out as bi and starts crying. There's no character development. I didn't care that he was bi. I didn't have no connection with him. I thought it was just stupid. The three brothers, why even have them in this film? There's no character development with them. I mean, that made no sense. You've got these three brothers that you get no backstory except the bi guy's banging one of them, and he's ashamed about it because I guess he's in love with him, but the guy doesn't love him because his daddy's like an Alex Jones man's type of man that's crazy. Okay, sorry, Mulder. Okay, you didn't do good in this film. And honey, he looks so bloated in this. Stop with the filler, honey. Everybody in Hollywood looks the same now. It's just so sad. The characters are hollow. There's no world building. They have a trans character that I thought was kind of neat, that we didn't even know she was trans until, halfway through the movie. But there was no character building with that. And also in the original, they're bullied in the schools and for their differences. So like in the original film, the black girl faces racism. The girl with the burn victims, discrimination against how she looks, You've got Nancy. Everybody discriminates against her because she smells like fish and she's really pale. Then you've got the new girl that just people don't know what to do with the new girl and they claim she's a whore. The opening scene, they copied the main title, but yet they're not in an airplane. I'm thinking, they're going to be in an airplane there. They're showing the skies. No, they're in a car. I guess they couldn't afford the airplane scene. But then what really got me is the ugly girl. I'm doing quotations if you can't see them. Quote, the ugly girl. She's not really ugly. Okay. She's upset she gets bullied because she used glitter Barbie makeup.
Dolls each sold separately.
I mean, I think that's justifiable. You go into a party and you're all using like Barbie glitter makeup? Get it together, honey. You got to do better than Dollar Tree wear. And all these girls, except two of the girls, were kind of big girls. I'm just saying, listen, I'm not judging nobody for the weight, but I'm just saying, I was a witch and I had all these powers. You better believe I'm about to do flim flam. Debbie's losing the weight. But I'm not throwing no shade. I just thought it was funny. The girl wasn't even ugly, but she's acting like she's the most horrendous thing on camera. And she wasn't even ugly. And then like the girl that tells her, you're not pretty. You're not pretty. Well, you're a drunk, honey. Look at you. You're at a party. You're leaning against a wall. You're not in no man's lap, Mary. Get it together, okay? And that would have been the end of that conversation. But now she's got to use her powers and make the little girl's head hit the back of the wall. Grow a little bit, honey. Or do something, crazy like the original movie, honey. Kill some whales, honey. That's edgy. Have Peter calling you at night at 5 a.m. in the morning because they're saying, well, why are you over here killing the whales? Well, get it together, Mary. But anyways, long story short, don't waste your $20 on the iTunes for this film. Wait till it comes to like a Dollar Tree near you when we have a vaccine and it's safe to go get that movie from the Dollar Tree. And that's it, girls. That's Debbie Reviews The Craft Legacy. It's done. It's a hot mess. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, leave a comment below, like, share, and subscribe. I'm sure I'll cut to that right now. Bye, y'all. And remember, share, like, and subscribe.